Hey everyone, this is Brandy, and you are watching Abstract Crafter. Drill with me, bonus episode, just because it's not coming out on a Friday. So, I thought it would be fun to work on this guy, the crystal owl with the special drills, because why not? I mean, we're all curious. I did kind of start a little bit right in here, but we'll continue it together. I'm hoping to completely get it done in this episode. I meant to show you this right away, but I didn't get it covered in time. Yeah. And I have a tray out for each one because I plan on getting them done. And this is where we're starting. Number 2 with the pink ones. And we are back to normal with Talon as our co-pilot, silently directing. So it's kind of nice to have things back to normal around here. And then I did have some sad news to share, so brace yourselves. I have to apologize, but Fred is dead. Fred is dead. He's only barely got an eye left and a little bit of hair. That's all that's left of Fred. I mean, he still works good, even for only having the one leg, but he's still doing good. He's still, popping drills into place. I grabbed the clear nail polish, was coming to put some on his face to preserve what was left, and it was too late. Oh. Fred died. So definitely don't buy these for the character, because this lasted a week. I think I got it Monday or Saturday or something. My cat's down here chewing on the cord, so if the lights go out again, it's not Talon standing in the light, it's the cat eating it. Just kidding, Talon, don't worry. Nobody will care. Right, guys? Throat frog came early today, so I don't really have much in the way of updates because I literally just filmed episode 3, but I was so excited to get onto this guy. I'm not in the mood to work on the dragon. I'm just not. I don't know why. I think because I had taken such a long break from him, and looking at what I have left to accomplish is very daunting. So, as I'm filming this, we just hit 300 subs, and so my plan is to get this video all done and edited as a celebration of that. But I kind of don't want to do that either because you haven't even seen this unboxing. So, I don't know. I probably won't do that. I'm still kind of watching shipping, and I have no updates as far as the Sylvanas saga goes. And I think partially that has to do with the label said that it didn't require scan events. And I'm guessing that means that they're not going to scan it every time it arrives somewhere or leaves somewhere like it traditionally would with other packages. But that's okay. I'm waiting a certain amount of time before I file a dispute. I want to try to give him this chance, even though I think he blatantly tried to rip me off. So I think I'm extending him a courtesy that he wasn't willing to extend to me, which is, benefit of the doubt. Yes? Oh. I thought our little code is for the kids to wave at me. I thought Talon was waving at me. I thought he needed me. I think he's just watching. And that's okay. So the other thing that we're doing... Oh, I almost spilled this. Good thing I put the cover on to show you guys. Let's put the tower out of my dominant side. I got this stuff you'll recognize. The Loctite. It's in Fred. I kind of like it. I'm actually kind of hoping to film a little tips and trick video on refilling this, because this is also dead, with taking the tip off, emptying the rest of that out, and using this. I have kind of been scraping it out. I don't know if it'll show that, but I've been sticking my tweezers in there and scooping it out to try to, because I like it so much, because I don't have to refill my pen. And even if like the top hardens a little bit and dries up, you just gotta stir it a little bit so that it's, you know, more sticky is revealed, and you don't need that much sticky to reveal itself. And then it's good as gold. So yay. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have some things to show off to you. And then I have a little questionnaire. It's supposed to be get to know me or something. It's like a blog tag, but it's not very in-depth or very personal. It's just kind of weird. But it's got 12 questions that we can do. And then if we still need to fill time, I'll tell you about how we got my dog. I'm just gonna scrape off because I just filled this. I'm just gonna scrape around the side so it's not picking up extras. And then like when I need to shake this for more, I just hold that paper and kind of move those ones to the bottom. It does what it needs to do. It's fine. See, like something like this, it looks weird in my lighting. It's not even gonna show proper because it's, see, it kind of looks just like foil. I don't know if I like it because it doesn't shine like the rest. And these are all kind of dull, so I'm thinking when I'm done I might, we'll see, give the tops a little scrub with the baby wipe. Just to kind of take that dull shine away. Or that dull shine, yeah. The dullness away so they shine. Yeah, I can't talk. So now in the last drill with me where the file got corrupt, I had been talking about, well, as the text said, about, you know, how my words get jumbled because I talk so fast, I get so excited about what I'm going to say, and so my words get jumbled and all that fun stuff. But I had also told you in that one, the story of Tyrion, that video got so screwed up. Like, I don't even know how it happened. It was so bad. Where, like, my editing program, I used DaVinci, it just, and I tried to, like, fix the corrupted clip, and it cut off the last 9 minutes, or 8 minutes, or whatever it was, and then put it at the end of my outro. But I don't know if you've noticed in my outro, which I've tried 2 now, you probably noticed that it changed, that there was always this, like, red and green bar underneath that kind of, you know, would flicker. It was actually part of the audio that was getting cut off and inserted into the video, like the audio bar, how that goes up and down, like on a radio, how it would. It's really hard for me to keep my hand out of the way when I'm using a drill pen, so please don't comment about how I should keep my hand out of the way, because I told you in the last video, if you're here for technique, you're at the wrong video, because it's almost impossible for anybody to keep their hand out of the way when using a drill pen. So please don't come at me for that. So yeah, anyway, so I post that, and I'm going to add my end cards, which is where you can add in like the videos, the suggested video and whatnot, and the previous video, and add in my my awesome circle thing, that subscribe button that my husband made for me, because you would not believe the amazing things that he's been doing to help me with my channel. He made my intro, oh my god, there's actually a hole in this one. Of course you're not going to be able to see it. He made my intro, both my outros, he made me this awesome spreadsheet. Well, it was on Excel, but then we moved it to the Google thing that the sheets or whatever. And so I can track my videos and, you know, when I like post them or whatever, what dates I post them because of the different series that I have going on, and that way I can keep track of how many videos each canvas has appeared in. And so that's going to be super helpful because I was kind of going a little stir crazy. And then he made me an inventory log so that I can start keeping track of that and like the sizes, the stores, because I have it handwritten, but I am a kind of person, because of what I went to college for, it's good to have the handwritten, but it's also good to have computer backup, basically. So, yeah, that's been really helpful. I've been doing a lot of inputting. I hadn't been able to work on diamond paintings for like almost 3 days because I was busy inputting that. I was busy changing what I had showed you in the mini haul video, how I had bought that stuff to move all my diamonds over. And to move all my diamonds over into the 3-ring binder, and I said I had gotten a 1.5 inch. Well, my husband told me I was going to need bigger than that even, and I should have listened to him because it's really fat already, and I don't even have half the diamonds that exist, or the colors that exist, or could possibly exist, I guess. There's no, I haven't seen, I know people said that they've ordered all of the colors, but I haven't seen it myself. So, I'll show that to you guys in just a minute. I just want to get this line done and finish my little thoughts. But I was having a lot of trouble ordering anything new, and I completely missed out on Huacan's huge custom sale because of it. But I could not hit the buy button. I just couldn't. It didn't matter how cheap it was, because at that time I was still waiting for. No, I had just gotten this order for that unboxing that you'll see, and I had 6 more on the way, or 8 more on the way. 8 more on the way, something like that. And I had 2 works in progress, and I was overwhelmed. And I can't have, to me that's a big stash. I won't ever have bigger than that, unless I can properly organize it. And then my canvases in the portfolio that I keep them in, there just wasn't any more room because I was getting so many complete. And so I filmed a tutorial for that. I'm hoping it looks good. I might just put it up for comedic relief because it did not go well. But so I wanted, oh, my cats are fighting, so you'll hear them in the background. Yay. So I wanted to make room for new canvases. Stop! Ash! Sorry, he's hurting the baby. Now I gotta threaten him with this. Don't worry, just the sound of it alone scares him. You don't actually have to squirt him. It's kind of funny how scared he is of the sound of it. Oh, I mean, why won't you stick? Is the tacky sticker stickier than this? No. Doubt you're gonna be able to see that, but I'll try. There's like something stuck in there, and so it wasn't letting go of the diamond. Kids, stop it right now. So, oh my god, I just got really quiet for no stupid reason. If I'm able, I'll just edit that out. So back to what I was saying about making space. So for me to feel comfortable making space, I needed to organize. I needed to get those diamonds better organized because I didn't have any more storage. And I wasn't about to buy more storage. I didn't care if it was cheap. I didn't want to keep wasting. I wanted to be able to use my Tic Tac boxes for working storage versus permanent storage. So I got that done. The only thing I didn't get done was moving the ones that weren't DMC into there. But I still felt good about the progress I had made. I got that portfolio made. Like I said, I won't show it to you because I'm not set up in this area to put that big old thing in here. But as soon as I finish this little area and this little area, I'll grab that book and show you how awesome it looks. It's kind of, I don't know, if you have OCD, you might get this, but it's kind of like a dream, like an OCD dream because of the organization. Because you know how everybody's OCD is different. Mine focuses very heavily on organization and perfectionism. Great combo, huh? Talon just said, me too. Everybody in my family has a little touch of OCD somewhere. And Talon and I have this very similar OCD. And we're very much so completionists. If you have OCD and are a completionist, you'll understand. If you're not, just imagine what that might look like. Because for me to try to explain that to you, it probably would just make us sound crazy. Basically, we just like things to be complete. It depends on what it is and how the meaning of that can change. But for example, like Mario, a completionist would need to complete every level, and a completionist with perfectionism would need to complete every level at 100% or better. But for me, specifically, say that there was an option to beat that level at 110%, then 100% wouldn't be enough. Each level would have to be at 110%. So that's real fun sometimes. So seeing this catalog, as I will refer to it, of diamonds in their little baggies separated into their die lots is awesome. And now I feel like I'm ready to bite the bullet. Oh, jeez. And buy that $10 chart so that I can start properly matching, because having OCD with perfectionism, I know that some of those diamonds aren't their proper die lot, and I need them to be in their right spot. The only thing I haven't done, because I didn't have enough pages at the time, is make available empty spots for all of future diamonds. But I did make space for diamonds that would be in upcoming projects that I had the inventory sheets for. I say a lot. It's really annoying. Oof, I'm very aware of it now. But I almost did it again. I do have spots for the ones that I had inventory sheets for. And if and when I get that little chart, then I'll rearrange things and make a spot available for every single color. But it helps a lot having the checklist, which I hope some of you guys went and downloaded, because I think it's worth it. I don't know how much that is showing, but it's really looking cool. I just thought this would be a fun one to do, since everybody's always after the coveted, rhinestone gems. Let me grab my book. It's just right here. Don't worry. Still doesn't have a cover. I'm going to have to zoom out for this, though. As best I can. So, ready? Ready? Aw, what a letdown, huh? Such a brat. I want to rest this on my caddy because I don't want it on the checklist. Oh, you can't even see the whole thing, but and then the light's kind of in the way of that spot there. Let's try this way real fast. We'll get back to the normal lighting. So it'll be a little dim, but you're still seeing the side light. But see, then I did that on the both sides like Ella had said. And then if we flip back a little bit, here's an example of what I did the 2 die lots, $33.71. And maybe you won't be able to tell this without the light. But they're very different. So yeah, I guess it wouldn't really matter. Let's turn the light on and see if that helps show the colors better. I guess not. You'll just have to take my word for it that they're different. And now, yeah, try to get these in with freshly painted fingernails and holding this canvas. Okay, so you'll stay there. No, you'll stay here. We'll know where they go. I just wanted to show this part that, see, this is what I had to do because this is that beauty that has fake DMC codes, so I just put them in here for now until they have their own home. And then back here is the square. See, so like I haven't used 310s yet in the square, and so there's just placeholders for them. Like I said, eventually I will get placeholders for all the numbers, but I ain't even remotely close to that yet. So that's my pride and joy right now. I decided not to use these in this book. I'll find a different use for these. I would have used these if I would have been able to get a second sheet, but still, for that price, you can't beat that. So we're going to move on to a new clip, and then So the cat and I wanted to add this clip into this already really long video because I know I'm showing you this binder right now and I'm really excited, but you see how they're kind of peeking out the top? Well, they won't stay in there. So if you make one of these, because like, if they get any fuller than like this $37.99, they just fall out the top. And it's not like I'm shaking it upside down, but ew, it's so annoying. So I have to keep it completely flat, and even that, I have to be careful turning the pages. I'm trying to get to where there's the ones that are really full. And it might be my baggies. I might have to get smaller baggies, but I put so much work into it with these baggies that I'm kind of irritated that I would have to do that. Because you can see, maybe if I cut that off, maybe that's what I'll try and see if they, I don't know. They're just really slippery together. But I will try cutting them off. And if it still doesn't work, then I will update you and tell you that. So, like, that's about as many as you can put where these 5200s are. Any more than that, and they just disobey and fall out of the top. And see, I started adding these kind in now, and then I got a page with special beads in now. I have some ready to be added into that right here from a video that you haven't seen yet. Sweet, Brandy. Just kidding. So yeah, I just wanted to add this really long, clip in to an already long video so that I could just tell you guys that if you do this, either find smaller baggies or trim that top off and you might have better luck. I mean, the baggies seem perfect. So I'm just bummed. I mean, I'm still going to use it because I put a day and a half into organizing my beads this way. But I am on the hunt now for something a little more permanent. Okay, get back to the video. Get back there. So yeah, that was a nice little book, huh? Does it make you want to do that? I don't know. I kind of almost regretted starting it. And see, I already forgot to put these guys back. Almost. Because once I got it done, I was super duper happy. So, I don't regret it too much. And see, now we're going to lose. I got my caddy right here to, like, block some of the shininess off. It's not really translating very well on camera, so let's see. I'll zoom in for you so you can see those on there. Pretty. Okay, let's get serious now. We need to refill our tray and finish off the twos. Because I think we can do all of one number. I think. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like. If I feel like switching after the next time the tray is empty, then we'll switch colors. We're going to try to do what we can. This is going to be a long one. Might be a long one. I might break it into 2 videos too. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. So, there was... What else did I want to show? Oh! I want to show you what I bought. It's not diamond painting, but it is what inspired diamond painting. Look, I bought my first magazine. And you see this? I'm going to stitch this. Because here, I won't show you the chart, don't worry. But here's like the original picture, and I really hope that it's not glaring. We'll turn this down just so you can see. Look at it, isn't that? It's Victorian flower motifs or something. It's by Margaret Moffat. And it's from 1896. So that's what the original looked like. And then the redesigned one is right there. Oh, 1896. I think I don't know if I said that. So yeah. And what I really like in here is this page. And it's not showing charts. So don't you worry. I got your back, cross stitchers. But it's labeled as an easy design. What I really like is this. This, and it shows you where to find a lot of the stuff that's in this book, like the websites and stuff, but it's got these stitch illustrations so that I'll know how to do some of this stuff. And then, I'm getting there. Just be patient with me. I don't have a lot of room to be showing you this. This how to cross stitch. So it's got some little helpful tips. Because when I do something new, I need to hear the instructions from like 20 different sources. Like, no joke. So this is really nice. And the other thing I really want to do in here, if I can find it really fast, and this is part of that being a completionist thing that really makes life difficult sometimes, is I want to stitch these. And it's got the pattern on the other side. But it's part of a series of 6. And to get those other patterns, you needed to, here, we'll use my questions to cover the charts. You needed the other magazines to get these other 6. So now I'm going to have to get some back orders or look at Annie'sCraftStore.com. Then the other thing I wanted to show you is I was right. Those arrows are from cross stitch. I know you can see a tiny bit of the pattern, but not enough to, you know. But see, there's the arrow there and the arrow there. And next time I do one, I'll remember one of these pages and I'll refer back to it. I mean, it's probably not just a cross stitch thing, but I knew I had seen those arrows somewhere before, and I thought that they were more cross stitch than they were diamond painting, and I think I was right. Then my husband and I bought this like child's play type bag of mixed candy, right? And so my questionnaire just failed. So there's this candy in there, and I'll show it to you in a second. And I need to know if anybody has ever seen these. Either where they live. I don't know if they sell them in the States, or if this is like another country kind of candy. If that is the case, I am not kidding when I say I will PayPal you the money for you to send those to me in bulk if I can't buy them online myself. Look it. Have you ever seen those before? Tootsie Tarts, if my light's still being a jerk. Tootsie Tarts. They are so good. They are so much better than Sweet Tarts. If you've seen those, you've got, like I said, let me know. My email is in the description of every video. Email me some pictures, or just email me and tell me that you can get them. We will work something out where I will PayPal you the money and you can just get the absolute most you can with the money I send you. Because my husband and I, there's 2 in there and we shared them. And they were so delicious. And I don't typically like hard candies like that, but they were that good. They were that good. So I'm going to try to fix my light now because it kind of helps to have this light. So it takes away a little tiny bit of the excess glare. So it's really annoying. And it doesn't matter what kind of light I have. It's because the glue is so shiny. The other things that I wanted to show you. 2 more things. 2 things I'm obsessing about. And I'm just kind of jostling you a little bit because I'm trying to adjust the camera to get that glare. That's a little better, huh? That's better. 2 things that I've been completely obsessing over, which I'm going to try to share with you and these draw with me is the things I'm obsessing over at that point in time. And one of them is this water mixer. It's Lipton iced tea, raspberry. It does have caffeine in it though, but caffeine doesn't really affect me in that way anymore. It hasn't really done that for me for a long time. But it's supposed to make 12 glasses, but you know, it's 1 squirt per 8 ounces. But it is really good. And it's tea concentrate, glycerin, cane sugar, malic acid, citric acid, carrot juice, sucralose, and natural flavor. Usually I can say sucralose or whatever the heck that word is. Feel free to laugh at that. I can pronounce everything, so it makes that even better for me. And I just discovered that at the store, so I've been trying to find some alternatives. I typically, at night, will drink Crystal Light. What is it? It's like, cherry pomegranate and peach mango green tea. Them are my 2 water mixers that I love. But, you know, with anything, you kind of get sick of it. And so, I saw that and I thought, well, that'd be a great alternative. Plus, I'm trying to quit drinking so much coffee because I'm fat. I really am. You probably don't believe me. But I've gained a ton of weight from my medications and I don't really eat all that much, so I'm trying to cut out where I can. I mean, and I exercise, maybe not as much as I should, especially since I started diamond painting. But, I'm trying to cut out things like that. And I mean, I don't eat terribly anyway. Like, I used to. I used to be, like, 98 pounds soaking wet. And I would go on, like, McDonald's diets to try to gain weight just to get above 100. And I would give anything to go back to that and switch roles. I'd rather be trying to gain weight than lose weight, I tell ya. So I'm doing little things like that to try to help. It doesn't seem to matter. The medicine is just the devil. It's the devil. And I don't want to, please don't ask what medicine I'm on because I don't want to get into that part of my life just yet. And maybe not ever. And not because I don't, you know, trust you guys now, but I'm thinking long term, and I'm not always going to be, you know, a small little tiny YouTuber. I do believe I'll get a little bit bigger. I don't believe I'll ever get into the millions or anything like that, but irregardless, the more people that are sub to you is the more opinions you have coming at you, and not many people are accepting of different things, and including medicine, because everybody's got their beliefs and thoughts on different medicines and if they're good for you or not, and if there's something else that you could be taking. So I just would rather not. So please don't ask. No disrespect meant by that at all. I would just prefer to keep that part private. Just know that it just makes me gain a lot of weight. The other thing I wanted to show you that I've been really enjoying is this lemongrass and ginger wax melt, because, well, I love essential oils. Like, at one point I wanted to make my own essential oils until I found out how expensive it is to actually make them. But lemongrass has consistently been one of my favorite smells. I don't know. It's very strong. It's very pungent. It's not for everybody, that is for sure. But I really do enjoy it quite a bit. No ums. Stop saying I'm going to take a drink of this delicious tea now. And we can start the questionnaire a little bit. Excuse the crunching of my bottle. So, like I said, 12 questions, and I'll try not to just be like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then, depending on the time, when we, and where we're at and whatnot, I might be able to tell you about tearing. If I don't get to tell you in this one, I promise it'll be the first thing we do after updates in the very next one. So, my voice just went a little nutty. The first question, and I might end... Oh my god, that frog! We need to come up with a very clever name for that throat frog, because he is so annoying. You know, he's hopping around to other people, I noticed, like Donnie. Poor Donnie. That frog can be quite annoying, and he always comes when you don't need him to. So I apologize, Donnie, that my frog escaped and came to torture you. So, we'll start with the number 1. It says, what do you hear at the moment? Well, it says of writing, because like I said, I think it's for bloggers. But, blog, vlog, what's the big difference besides a B and a V? A B as in bee, Brandy, and a V as in video, Victor, Venice, Venezuela. So, what do I hear? I hear Talon playing the Wii and pressing the buttons because he is playing Mario Maker. And he's got one of his little piggy friends with him. And it's one of those kind that has a little compartment stash place in it, so he can put stuff into it. It's supposed to be like a type of a pillow pet in a way. And yeah, he can hide little things in there if he wants. And so I can hear the little stuffing in there. Occasionally I can hear my mom in the other room. And sometimes you'll hear her too, coughing in the background, because for some reason my microphone picks that up very well. She's in her bedroom, but apparently my mic is really good for that, but not good at picking up my volume, because I always have to edit my volume up in my video, or in my editing. I try to talk up, or speak up, but it's not always successful. You know, the only thing about doing these drill with me is it kind of distorts some of the diamonds. So I can't really see when there's faulty ones. Well, then I get irritated when I see them later, and I have to pull them off, but this is really good. I can't really judge huacan on this painting because it's not particularly theirs. I think they saw the demand for these types of paintings and just got a bunch. But there, if you didn't see the note that I posted in the unboxing, they did have a bigger size than this. This one's a 24 by 24. It says 30 by 30, but that's the entire canvas. And the next size up is actually a 34 by 44. So I don't know if that means that there's more colors or just more crystals, but I thought that was kind of cool. They didn't have that, and the price did go up a tiny bit from $9.50 to $9.86 or $76 something 6. So I was kind of disappointed about that because I had literally just bought it, and of course by the time I go to recommend it, the price goes up. Same with that Untitled Artisan. I went to get the link for that last drill with me, and I saw that the price had went up by $8. Now I paid $39.95 for that one, and it jumped to $9.90, or it jumped up by $8.95. And I realized that was not the question, but we're gonna finish this. And I was just almost embarrassed to link that. So I think if you want a dragon, unless you absolutely 100% need that one, well, either wait for my giveaway and try to win it, or look for one on AliExpress, because that's definitely not the coolest one I've seen. It's very cool. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have bought it if I thought it was lame. But I have seen other ones on AliExpress and even on Amazon that are just as cool. So, I don't know. If you see something on Untitled Artisan, I would check around. Do some price comparison. I know that dragon is called Winged Watcher, but it might be called something different on a different website. So, just check around. Don't settle because you want to order from Untitled Artisan. How about we answer the second question? It says, are you hungry for something right now? No, I'm not. Told you that. But I do have to say, I have been craving two things. First, a steak. Just like a New York strip or something like that. And then, just plain, I don't like, I like a tiny bit of salt and pepper on them, but that's it. And I don't use any A1 or any Heinz 57 sauce or anything like that. I eat it plain. I love the taste of steaks. And it's summertime, so I always think of barbecuing a steak. And then, if you have a Walmart, and that Walmart has a deli, they might sell barbecue, like boneless barbecue chunks. I don't know if that's the exact name. That's just what I think they're called. But they are so good. They're not spicy barbecue because I don't like that kind of stuff. They're just barbecue. And they are so delicious. And every time I go to get some, they're really like gross looking. They're supposed to be on a timer, like 2 hours or something, which is so gross. But they're supposed to be on a timer, and they're supposed to turn them over every, like, say 2 hours. And I think I'm getting there right at that 2 hour mark every time, because they don't look good. They look really crunchy and disgusting, and no. And so I just, the last 3 times I've been to Walmart, which is the last 3 days, they've just looked like horrid crap. And so of course I'm not going to get them. I like them babies fresh. And I can't bring myself to just be like, yeah, those look a little bad. Do you mind throwing some fresh ones down? I can't do that. I don't know why. I'm just not good with, I don't know. I don't want to bother people, even though it's their job. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that they probably would. They'd probably be really mad at me, but they'd still do. I would do it. I'm sure a lot of you are like, I wouldn't do it, but that's okay. I realize that I am not like most people, and I do things that most normal people wouldn't do. Because I'm too nice sometimes. I'm nice to a fault, and I would make people barbecue chunks, even though there was a pan full of them, regardless of how fresh or unfresh they looked. But anyway, so yeah, those are the two things that I've really been craving. And my clip shutting off tells me we are at 50 minutes before editing. And I'll probably cut it off after this clip, and if I want to keep going, I'll just start like a new video or whatever. It is 1 in the morning in Wisconsin right now, so I might just call it a night too. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling and how I am with the questions. Maybe this will just be a 2-hour drill with me. You just never know with me. So, question 3. This is just a stupid one since I already have 3 kids, but it does come with a story. It says, would you rather have 10 children or no children? Duh, no children. I'm just kidding. I was trying to get a reaction out of Talon. Well, I would rather have 10 children, I think. Because I heard that once you have so many, they just start taking care of each other. Or helping to take care of each other. So it's not like I'd be super overwhelmed. I'd have a lot of help. But the story I'll tell you to go along with that question. And it might be sad. But I haven't really let you in on too much sadness when it comes to my life. So we'll see. We'll see how I can spin it. So I've had 3 kids, all by cesarean. Stop it with the Gavin was born early, if you remember from my very first drill with me. If not, go watch it. It's got a lot of good info in it. So he was born 2 months early, and I had to have an emergency C-section. By the time I had my daughter Haley, they said that it'd be safer for me to have another C-section. Just due to, the scarring and whatnot, and the possibility that I could possibly tear open the old scarred area or whatever. If you're a guy, I'm really sorry. And if you're a girl who never wanted to have kids, I'm so sorry. Use this as birth control. So obviously, by the time I got pregnant with Talon, it was just a no-brainer that I was going to have a cesarean. I don't remember how old he was when I started having, like, really bad issues, like, cramping all the time, and, endometriosis, which I don't want to go into detail. So if you want to know what it is, go pause, Google endometriosis. It's hard for me to break down medical terminology. Endometriosis. Go Google it and come back and finish listening to the story. Oh, wait. So, endometriosis can be quite painful. And it was for me. Just in general. And then, on top of that, I would have IBS a lot, which is irritable bowel syndrome. Yum, right? Hope you're not eating. So I'd get bouts of that every now and again. And, trying to think. I can't think in diamond paint sometimes. Oh, okay. So, my stomach was pretty unpleasant most of the time, and it wasn't really my stomach per se. It was more abdominal. And I just kind of put up with it. And then throughout, most of my life, I'd always have, like, big cysts on my ovaries. And during every C-section, they would pull all kinds of them off. And the biggest one I think they ever pulled off was the size of a golf ball out of one of them. I believe that was with my first C-section. And they just always grew, and that was quite painful. And then, at one point, I started having the worst, like, pain I'd ever had, like, to the point where I was screaming, like, literal screaming in pain. And I would be in the emergency room constantly because of it. And they did an MRI one time and found that my bowels were inflamed. And so I'd be in and out of the hospital with things like that. And the irritable bowel syndrome flare-ups. And just terrible, terrible cramps. Well, I'm telling you this is a little bit of pretext to what eventually ended up happening with it. You know, I've always loved having kids. I loved when my kids were younger. I love them now that they're older, too. But I've always loved having little ones in the house. And me and my husband had decided that, you know, well, he had never really been interested in having... I think I got a hole in one. Hole in one. I do. Had never really been interested in having any more kids. But after a while, I think I wore him down. And we had talked about maybe possibly, yes, let's do it. Let's have more kids. Well, I don't know if it was a month or two later, I got those really bad pains again where I was just screaming in pain. And they thought maybe it had something to do with, you know, a combination of the irritable bowel and the endometriosis. I keep saying endro. It's endo. So forgive me if I say endro. I don't mean to. It's because I'm talking fast. And they wanted to do an exploratory surgery because nothing was working. I was still coming in and out of the emergency room all the time and staying in the hospital for days and days on end. Like, the first time was 11 days, and then there would be just smaller stays in between. And so they wanted to see what was going on. And they had thought that it had something to do with, like, my uterus. And just, they said that, you know, some things, you know, I don't really remember a lot of it now because the pain has a way of clouding your memory. And so I don't remember a lot of it now, what the exact reasoning why they wanted to go in. But they thought if my uterus was indeed causing the problem, would I agree to a hysterectomy, either full or partial? You know, and in the midst of it, you'll do anything to stop the pain. So I said, I agreed to it. Well, when they get in, they find that during my last C-section, somehow, some way, one of my fallopian tubes had got twisted, like completely twisted around, like, say, sorry, graphic, but say this is the uterus and this is like the fallopian tube. It got twisted like this, so it's like I can't even bend my finger like that, but, you know, so it's that this side is now upside down and fused to my uterus. And then somehow, because I'm so lucky, my uterus got fused to my bladder. And it was causing just all kinds of chaos in there. And so obviously they needed to do a full hysterectomy. Yeah. When I say regret, I regret that. That doesn't even begin to describe how I felt. Regret isn't even the right word for it. It's just the word that you use to describe what you're feeling. You know, it's unexplainable. Not only because, you know, I really did still want more kids, but because I had no idea the recovery on that. I didn't ask any questions beforehand. You know, this was quite a few years ago, so I was pretty young still. I'm 37 now, so I had to have at least been 30. I don't know what this random pinky is doing. We'll just stick him on the canvas instead of opening the jar. But I'll put it up in the bow. Yeah, the recovery on that was something fierce. And it took me a long time, and I was on hormones, and I'm not on those anymore because it just, ew, that wreaked havoc in my body too, and did things to my body that I won't even try to describe or get you to understand unless you've been on hormone replacement therapy. It's not always beneficial to everybody. It's not necessarily the best thing to not have hormones, but, you know, I'm doing alright right now. It might have something to do with the weight gain, but the doctors don't think so. So, yeah, that's kind of my sad story. I tried to not make it sad. There's so much more that goes through it. Like, I think I might have mentioned something about watching Survivor one time, and I seen the water. It went like panned over the ocean, and the color of it was so beautiful. I just started crying and things like that. And I mean, I completely changed. It changed a lot about me, and it took away my ability to, you know, have children. And honestly, I don't think that there's anything that could have been done anyway. I think that the surgery would have needed to happen whether I was more informed about it or not. I honestly do think that I'm really sorry if you can hear my mom snoring in the other room. I have to listen to it, so do you. So now I just kind of wait for the day that I can have grandchildren, and I hope that's still many, many years. As much as I want babies in the house again, I still hope that's far, far away. Because I don't want my kids to have that experience that I did of having children at 17, or getting pregnant at 17. I was 18, I guess, when I had them, technically. But that's not an easy way to start life. No regrets, though. I don't live my life with regrets. Not really, anyway. Not when it really counts. I'm trying to find where these weird magnet-shaped symbols are, because they're like in the hairs, but I'm trying to find like the smaller ones in between first. There we go with that again. Now that I've pointed it out, it's gonna bother you too. Don't you downvote me for it. I don't care, downvote me. I deserve it for umming at you all the time. So, 4. Do you think you pay attention to your appearance? Well, I think everybody does to an extent. Most of the time, I don't really care. I'll just go to the store and I will forget I even needed to brush my hair. But, you know, I change my clothes every day, and I mostly wear my hair in a bun anyway. Because I had, at one point, I had this killer haircut. Let me insert a picture. That was one of my most favorite haircuts ever. Now you get to see what I used to look like. I've gained a lot of weight since then. And I'm insecure about that. So, yeah, I don't know. I loved having my head shaved on the side like that. And now I've been growing it out for 2 years, and it was almost 2 years exactly since the last time I cut it. But I don't know, so I kind of wanted, I like really putting braids in my hair, or plaits. Is that how you say it? Plaits? I think America's the only country that calls them braids. Because, you know, we have to have everything unique and different. But I love doing that to my hair, especially like fishtail braids or plaits. And I really like messy buns, or tying my hair into a knot where like the hair kind of sprays over the top of your head and looks, it's very 90s, but I was a 90s teenager, so of course I'm kind of addicted to that hairstyle. I just really loved it. And so I decided I wanted to grow my hair back out. I used to be really obsessed with how I looked. And, you know, I wouldn't leave the house without wearing, you know, really nice jeans and high heels and makeup and all of that jazz, and curling my hair. And then I had children, and that became less and less important. And yeah, I every once in a while will go through that phase where I want to start wearing makeup again, and I have plenty of it, and I should probably wear it more often so that it doesn't expire on me, because my makeup collection is probably my most valuable asset, as sad as that might seem. I'm a collector, and when I get into something, I like to collect it. Plus, I was watching a lot of beauty videos, and so every time that they do a review on something or advertise something, I need it. Oh my god, I need it. And I'd run right out and buy it. Of course, I was working at the time like a real world job. I wasn't just doing the stay-at-home mom thing, you know, but I pretty much got the job so I could buy makeup. You know, stupid. Maybe I should get a job so I can buy diamond paintings. No. I'm hoping that it's a little bit cheaper of a hobby than makeup. But I've also been really getting into cross-stitch anyway. And I'm going to start adding more of that into my channel, because I think it would be really fun for you guys to learn, or watch me learn, and see, you know, or if you're just starting out, you know, learning with me, and or maybe you'll watch me and think, oh, you know, she can do it, I can do it, that kind of thing. You know, maybe I'll inspire you to have a, because, you know, diamond painting, I like it, but it's not really, it can be portable if you know, take the time to make it that way. But I'd rather this just be a hobby at home. I have too many control issues, and too many really bad things can happen when you take things like these little tiny diamonds on the road. Or, you know, I mean, if you're packing them in a bag, I suppose, and going to like a hotel. But that's not really the kind of trips I take. Most of them are car rides and camping and stuff like that. Like if I was going to a hotel, for sure, I would pack up a kit and take it along to do, you know, when we weren't doing the sightseeing and the, you know, swimming in the pool and whatnot. But nah, I think this is just, for me, going to be a stay-at-home hobby, whereas sewing would be so much easier to take, you know, the threads along and the floss, and, you know, a little thing for needles, a little like Altoid tin or something with my needles in there, and, you know, all that fun stuff. I think that would be a lot more portable for me, personally. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, the point of that is I found a whole bunch of kits on AliExpress that somebody had said in my comments that I should try getting one of a canvas with the pattern printed on it to start with, to learn. And so I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm going to check time. I don't need to be getting cut off again. So in about a few minutes, in a boot, I can see where people think I'm Canadian now. Or sometimes say my O is like a Canadian, I guess. I don't know. Canadians probably don't think I sound Canadian, though. Do ya? Be honest, I can take it. You're my friends, after all. So, yeah, that went way off track on that question. It happens. But, so, yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we can go through the cross-stitch thing together, because, you know, there's plenty of people that do a lot of unboxings and stuff like that, and I've told you many times that I can't afford to do that. I can afford cross-stitch, though. Some of those kits on AliExpress are super duper cheap. I mean, obviously you're going to get what you pay for. That's true with most things, but, you know, I still think it would be fun. And, I mean, it's a canvas. How much can they screw it up, I guess? I might regret saying that. So let's just move on. Ooh, this is a good one. What do you always do when you are nervous? Well, I ramble. Case in point, I'm nervous a lot of times in my videos. And not for the reasons you might think I'm nervous. It's more because typically, unless Talon's in the room, I'm very nervous. I tried filming during the day yesterday, and the phone kept ringing, and kids kept running up and down the stairs, and everybody in the house was awake and could hear me talk. Like, this doesn't bother Talon, I don't think. I think he kind of likes it that I do YouTube. So I feel comfortable talking to myself in front of him. And but I get nervous for that reason. I don't get nervous when I upload or anything. Not like the first couple of videos. So, but I'll ramble. I get really fidgety. I look at the floor a lot. I won't make eye contact. I kind of get bright red if I'm, directly asked a question or something if I'm already nervous. Yeah, that's kind of the basic things. I don't really get nervous a whole lot, though. I think it's more anxious than nervous, which is very similar, but different enough. I keep hearing this popping noise. And somebody actually asked in my comments if I ever considered doing ASMR and not talking and just doing this. Let's try it for this row. What do you think? Is that something that you want me to do? Do you want me to do an ASMR video? I'll do it. I won't do like a 2-hour one or anything. I could do like a 20-minute ASMR video though of just a freshly filled drill pen and just this noise. What do you think? Let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to give you what you want. I know ASMR is a pretty big thing. My husband likes it. Not the kind, I don't know what kind he likes, I guess. I've never asked him. I should probably ask him. It's nothing gross or dirty or anything. So get that out of your head, you sick freaks. Anyway, that was just a little thought that popped into my head when I was answering that question. So let's see. That was only number 5 out of 12. So 6, do you have a reason to laugh at the moment? Oh, I don't know. It's kind of funny when my mom snores like that. Sometimes I like to pretend she's a cow. That's so mean. Please don't. It's just the noise of it. So sometimes I'll make fun of her. But I snore too, so like she'll make a snore noise and I'll just be like, moo. But not exactly the moo noise. It's more like the actual cow noise. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. If my mom ever finds out, she's gonna get so mad that I told you guys that. So don't tell her, okay? But sometimes you just gotta do that, because otherwise I just get really pissed off. Like if I'm trying to watch TV or trying to fall asleep or something. Just like, shut up! In my head, though. Never would I disrespect my mom like that and tell her to shut up. That's just not the way I was raised. You respect elders in my culture. And that should just be a general rule of thumb, you millennials. You naughty millennials, I should say. So, yes, I do have a reason to laugh at the moment because now I really want to make fun and I can't. Don't do that. Quit encouraging me to make fun of my mom, you guys. It's not nice. Would you be happier if life had a rewind button? Hell no. Heck no. Hell no. Heck no. I never want to go back. I don't live my life that way, though. I don't live my life with regrets. I don't look at my past and want to redo anything, because my past got me to where I am. I had to learn from my past to be who I am today. And if I went back and changed any of it, I might not be who I am today. And despite being fat, I like who I am today. I could stand to lose some weight. But I can think of worse problems to have than needing to lose weight. And I've had worse problems. Trust me. But no, I would never go back and change things. I really like where my life has been going. And I've been steadily making improvements. There's no need to go back. You can't go back anyway, no matter how much you want. So, you know what they say. If I already said this part, I'll cut it out. But they say you can wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which one gets filled up faster. You know, it's not really crap, it's S-H-I-T. But I promised you guys I would watch the swearing, and I am really doing that. So, it's going to be the last clip. I might add a goodbye clip in there at the end, but this is it. So I'm going to try to get to one more color. I want to maybe do this little inklet, or this down arrow. Oh no, I did promise you guys we'd add in some of these special gems, so we'll do that. So we'll start to work up here. So we'll do this one, and we'll add a few of the special gems up there, because you don't need, there's not a lot of other gems around it. So the next question, at least we're on 8 now. We might finish it. Do you think more about the past, present, or the future? I don't know, I think of a good mix of all of it. I try not to think, kind of goes with that last question. I try not to think about the past too much because, you know, not to say that there's not things in my past that maybe I either haven't come to terms with or haven't reconciled, or people who have passed away, literally passed. So, things like that, but I think about the future a lot. There's a lot of big things going on for the future. You know, my husband's in school, I've told you that. And so, we do plan on moving when that happens. And so that's kind of an exciting thing to look forward to. You know, we want to move to a bigger city where he's going to have better opportunities. So, are you going up, hon? Okay. And so, that's something to look forward to. But I try to stay in the moment as much as I can. You know, I like to plan for the future, of course. I like to think about videos I'm going to film for the future. And I do film videos for the future. I've got some videos that are just stockpiled away for the future in case something happens. That's generally not like me. So, I don't, I've never really been a planner. I always felt like when I'd make plans, something would come along and ruin it. And so I always preferred to be a little bit more spontaneous. But it seems like lately that's not been a very good thing for me either. Oh my god, it's really picked up. Snoring, that is. Mother, shh. Hold on, 1 second. I'm getting the signal. Okay, I'm gonna finish this color and pause, go make my beautiful son some soup, and then we will probably be closing up, or whatever. No, we'll be ready to do the special colors, and if there's still time, then we'll go in and add some of these other accent colors around the special gems. Plus, we gotta let her wind down a little bit. You know, she's on a good snore right now. So, we won't get to the Tyrion story tonight either. So that will be in the next one. I want to do this string of C's right here so I don't have to come back to that. I really thought I could get this done. I didn't realize how detailed it actually was. Oh my god, my throat again. It's because I don't sleep ever. So I think we have time to answer one more question. How about you go get everything ready, honey? So that way, it won't take me very long to make some soup. And then, he doesn't generally drink the broth for his soup, so maybe I'll take that opportunity to drink it. And it might soothe my throat a little bit, because it's very dry, and the tea only does so much. I'll take a drink. But, when did you drink for the last time? And I think they mean alcohol, because otherwise I'm drinking right now. By the way, that was the stupidest laugh I've ever made. Last time I had alcohol was quite a while ago. It would have been Christmas time, on Christmas, not Christmas. It would be the beginning of December. We went to a party for Adam's work, Christmas party, and they had open bar, all the booze you could drink for free. We very much so took advantage. I got so drunk that the next day I was puking all day. I tried to go out to lunch, and with my daughter's grandfather, no less, and no, I was sick. So sick that I made him pull over so that I could throw up. I mean, how embarrassing is that? And so, that was the last time I drank, so it'll be almost 3 years in December. I've never really liked drinking. Now, I also used to smoke a little ganja, and all that ever did was relax me and take away my anxiety. It's not legal, and it kind of started making me sick too after a while, so I haven't done that for almost as long. But just making sure there's no more, I keep calling them C's, but they're blues. So, but I don't like the feeling of being out of control, like when you drink. I just don't feel like I have control over my own body, and so I don't like that. And I really don't like getting sick. I was sick with stomach stuff for so long, and part of getting so sick after that Christmas party was because my stomach was not healed. Yet that was, yeah, I just don't do that. I just got it took its toll on me, and I was so embarrassed about puking like that, and yeah, I'm good on it. I don't think I'll ever drink again, quite honestly. I have no desire to. It's never really been my thing. I mean, sure, I partied with the best of them for a long, long time, but I don't miss it. I've never been like the typical female that likes to drink wine and stuff, you know. By typical female, I just mean like my female friends all drink wine and whatnot. Throat frog. And I don't know, I like the taste of beer, but I've never really cared for the taste of straight up alcohol, and I really don't like the taste of wine or champagne or any kind of bubbly drink like that. Now I know wine is not bubbly. It's not what I meant. But I'm going to insert these two colors. I'm going to pause. And when I come back, I'll just start the clip over. And then that, I'll have to make sure I watch the time on that. And we will close it out. We'll work on these next few colors and the special gems. We'll close it out. And I will put this away till tomorrow night. It's ugly, beautiful owl. So that's the plan. Even though to you, you won't notice any of that happened. But, alright. Let's do that. I'll try to edit that out if I can, okay? Just don't you worry, your pretty little heads. So now the soup has been made. And after looking at the time and seeing that it is 1:51 a.m. and I still need to clean up. Oh, see, can you see the glitter in there now? Wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. We're going to put the special gems in. My mom's on a good snore roll, so there's no point in torturing you guys more than I have to be tortured. It's not fair. So, I'm just see here. The baby kitty has stolen my spot. We've named him what? Garrosh now? For now, we're calling him Garrosh. Another WoW character. Or Hearthstone. Come on now, Garrosh. Thrall. Whatever your name's gonna be. Oh my god, I'm shaking the earthquake. Oh my god, that's probably not funny to people who actually have that problem. Sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive. So I don't know if I can put these in with my tweezers. Or if I'm gonna need to use my fingers. Oh. I think so. I think I can slightly place them and then just press down. Okay. You guys like this nail polish? It's hollow, scattered hollow, with color shift. It's one of the most expensive nail polishes I've ever bought. Because I don't believe you need to spend a lot to have nice nail polishes, but I really, really, really wanted this one. So I spoiled myself. Shh! Quiet, Mom! Ooh. Oh, what's this one? Oh, it's a blue. And a blue escapee. So, we're just gonna put these gems in. Let's go here. I don't really care where it goes, as long as it's on a C, backward C or magnet or whatever you want to call that. Because I realize the time, I still gotta clean up. Because in order to film in this position, you kind of seen it in the impromptu, like, tour video. That's not how I normally have things. This thing is usually turned, like, this way, next to my desk. And so it forms an odd L-like shape. And so I have to clean that all up. I have to get the banana holder back, or put away, and kind of get things, you know, oops, I didn't realize one was there. I really have to rearrange a lot to be able to film these. And, I mean, I'm getting quicker at it, but still, being the time that it is, I would like to be able to watch a little bit of Keeping Up with the Kardashians before I go to bed. And before you judge me, that is my guilty pleasure TV show. So, I've been watching it since the very first season. I just love that trashy reality TV. I just can't get enough of it. And I know, like, a lot of people don't like the Kardashians. I don't mind them. I think that they are powerful women. That is for sure. And I know how they got their start and whatnot, but that doesn't bother me. I'm not a judgmental person by any means. And I really don't care. They make a good TV show. I am always entertained. It finally came to Hulu not long ago, so I've been able to catch up. And since The Handmaid's Tale is over, which so mad about the ending of that show, too. I needed something to watch, and I kind of was watching The Ranch on Netflix, but it seems like they just really like to be able to throw the F word in wherever they can, which, yeah, whatever, but there is such thing as too much of the F word, and I didn't like it. Sometimes it's just like, do you really need to say that right there? Is it really necessary? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just like how a lot of those shows will just throw sex in anywhere because they can. It's like, does that add to the story? No. I mean, it's like, it sounds really forced sometimes. It doesn't sound authentic. And so that's where I'm like, but I still am trying to get through it because I am an Ashton Kutcher fan too. So, the rest of the questions are just, I can answer it like super fast. Do people see you as an optimist or pessimist? I'm an optimist all the way. My husband's a pessimist, but we complement each other very well with that. What foods are your guilty pleasures? Sour Patch Kids, McDonald's, McNuggets, or Big Macs. So that's how many I have left of these. So you definitely get plenty. I have 8 left. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell I'll ever use them for, but it'd be nice if any of these fall off. And I need to replace, because I know I have it bent up, but that's because there's a glare right here no matter what I did. But I don't need any more. So there's no point in, you know, I'll save them, obviously, because there's no point in throwing these away. They're beautiful gems. But, yeah, so you get plenty of leftover. So you could be really picky, but I didn't need to be. You know, they all were in really good shape, and they're sticking really well. Yeah. So now we'll do these ones. And then, we're going to call it quits. So, we're going to get the ones in up here really fast. These ones are really cool because they're like color shifting in a way. They're like very rainbowy and iridescent, but it doesn't seem like, I can't tell if they have the coating on them or if it's, yeah, they got a little bit of that iridescent coating on them, but at least I don't have to worry about these ones clogging up my drill pen. So then the last question is, what are you going to do tomorrow? And, well, the weather's not supposed to be really nice here. It's supposed to be kind of gloomy and maybe rainy. So I'm probably going to edit this video and possibly one more. And then I'm going to put up a video tomorrow. So I'm going to watch some stats on that and answer some comments and whatnot, because we finally were able to fix, I think I said it in the beginning of the video, fix my intro outro, where it used to have that red-green bar on the bottom. It was a rendering issue where it's the program we were using to convert it. It would somehow or another do that. And so we finally found a new converting program that allows me to do that. And like sometimes you'd hear like this at the end of the clips of either the intro or the outro. And that's because when in the old way I rendered it, I would have to cut this, I'd have to do the sound and the video separate for some reason. And it would add like a half of a second onto the audio clip, and so if I didn't edit that just right, even a split second, like a quarter of a second or whatever, it would add that in there, and oh, even if you didn't really notice it, it was really annoying. So sometimes go back and watch those videos, because I'm not going to change them, I'm just going to leave them. Go back and watch those videos, because it's very noticeable once it's pointed out to you the glass is definitely breaking, kind of thing. And another thing I wanted to mention with that is that there's 3 videos on my channel that are just crap. Like, 2 of them I did with the front-facing camera on my phone, and it was half the quality of my actual camera. And then there was one filmed on my laptop, which I just tried to watch the other day, and the sound quality was so horrendous on it. But once I get a few more videos up, those will be taken down or put on private, because I would hate for new people to come in and that be the first video they see. They wouldn't even give me a chance after that. I wouldn't give someone a chance after that. So we don't want that to be their first impression of our little family here. So, or your mama, I guess I would be. Since I'm bringing us all together for this. In a weird, very strange, odd way. So, it'll probably be another month before I private those videos. So, if you want to go back and watch any of them, I would suggest doing it now. And eventually, anything that doesn't have a thumbnail or an intro will be taken down too, and put on, they won't get taken down, but they'll get put on private. So, I would get to it while you can, while they're still up. Like I said, I just don't want that to be the first impression that people get. I'm going to pause, and we're going to add in our end clip, our goodbye clip, okay? And then I'll even bring the canvas closer to you so you can see it without this glare here, and see how really cool these gems look. Okay. Alright, let's put in these last 8 or 9 gems while I say goodbye to you, and then we'll try to, I'll put the canvas up closer so that you can see what these actually look like without the light glaring at you, because it's really not doing this canvas justice at all. This is not going to be one that's going to be able to be framed very well. It might just have to be one that's stretched over a canvas, or just, I don't know, putting cloth around it. You're not going to be able to put glass over this because these stick up really high, and I just don't know the glass that would be able to go over this. So yeah, this, like I said, there might be one more video finishing this off, but I might not. We might just have our final review on this, post review. I'll call it a post review. I won't title it as a post review. We'll have our post review on this, and then yeah. So I should be getting in by the end of next week. I have enough videos for that. And then that whole week is going to be dedicated to Diamond Art Club. And we're going to have an unboxing and first impressions of the canvas, because I didn't get a promotional one. I actually bought one. And not that that makes a difference, but just so we can see, we've seen a lot of the promo ones, but we haven't quite seen a lot of the ones that were bought. You can see one on Gone Off My Meds channel. You can go and see one on her channel, I believe. But, and then, then we'll do, I want to maybe do 2 drill with me's on that, and then we're going to do a post review on that, so it'll be a whole week to kick off my series, my American Homegrown series. And then, yeah, then we'll have some other stuff to get into, so that whole entire week will be dedicated to that. And then I'm going to show you this canvas really quick. We're going to zoom all the way. Ooh. Oh, I guess we could do that too. We'll try to do a little bit of that, and I'll twist the camera. Look at how freaking gorgeous that is. Am I wrong? But that's going to look so cool once we add those yellows in, and then I think there's some reds too that go in there. Look at his furrowy brow. Looks like there should be some there, huh? Like they're missing or something. But they're not. So, it's kind of, I'm going to actually pull the canvas to you. And then we have a special guest that will be joining us to say goodbye. And that's my t-shirt hanging out, because I'm bending over. It's not my fat, alright? Just because I told you I was fat doesn't mean you get to make fun of me now. And see, that's what those look like on there. So pretty. Yeah, they're definitely iridescent coated. And those gems look really cool on the collar. I've only ever seen pictures of this completed. I guess this doesn't help you any because you're not seeing it live either, but... And then look at those glass beads. I think they'll sparkle just as much. Well, either way, those ones on his chest are going to really sparkle and add some dimension. But it looks like those ones will too. So that's really going to look so cool. Maybe he won't be so ugly after all, hey? But, alright guys. Our special guest is going to make an appearance real quick and say goodbye. Bye! Oh, yep, there we go. We saw him wave now. Isn't that the cutest? I think I'm going to have Talon look at canvases with me because I found a whole bunch of new piggy ones on AliExpress. Whoop, too close. There it goes. But alright guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Have an awesome day, friends. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!